I heard about that statement, and then therefore Kulanda Vechinga, and this will give me a platform to clear the air. From the time ECL won the election in 2015, okay, when we had that presidential by-election as the Republican president, then 2016 won the election again. I have never met ECL one-on-one like this in my life. Until recently, when I had the problem, and then he was coming from JIT, Joint Investigative Wings, where he went to escort his son. That's when I met ECL one-on-one. We sat on the table. And what ECL told me to my face, I asked him, there were quite a number of people there, they were very scared on the table. I asked him, I said, do you really want to bounce back? He said, no, I've had my time, Max. Let me just stay like this. So, of course, there are certain people that will be going around saying, no, but boss, because of maybe the way when he goes to church, he goes to this function, the way people say. But he has told me that. I've only seen former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I've only had a chat with him once. And he told me no. And he's also looking forward to the extraordinary party conference. Now, the mistake that most of the people are making is that, look, the party has got a constitution. ECL retired from active politics at national level. And he wrote a letter to the Secretary of the Cabinet. An acknowledgement was given, okay? And the public domain was made aware that ECL was resigned from active politics. Now, despite ECL resigning from active politics at that level, he was still the person that was elected at PF's conference in 2021. He has not really handed over power to another leader, and he's looking forward to that. And that's the reason. Now, there are only two ways where ECL can hand over power to the next person. He can't just resign like that. It's either we go for the National Party Conference, which is supposed to take place in 2025, if I'm not mistaken, or they go for an extraordinary party conference, which will show that he has resigned and he wants to hand over to someone, which they want to do. Now, in the process of them trying to do that, they thought they should try to make some amends to their constitution. And that is what has delayed, not that ECA wants to come back to power. It has delayed, and once they're done with the constitution, which is, I think by now you should know that it's called Chisanga Review Constitution or something like that. So recently I heard that they are almost done. So once they're done, they will set a date, and everybody else will go for the extraordinary conference, and ECA will hand over back to his house in Ibex.
Yeah. Why do we get different, opinions, different explanations about ECA's, activeness in politics? Because some of the members are saying, no, he's still a PF president. I think we heard even Honorable Lusambo recently. There is a video which is being widely shared where he said, no, he's actually still active in politics.
Let me tell you, there are about 9 people that have publicly shown interest to aspire for PF presidents. Today, if there was to be a general election, none of those qualify to stand on PF ticket.
None of the 9
None
candidates?
of them. None of them.
Why do you think so?
Why? Because the PF constitution says the president is supposed to be elected at the National Party Conference. And that was done in 2021. So in as much as ECL is willing to resign, the constitution is still holding on to him until at the time that we have the extraordinary party conference, which is the one they're trying to do now. Yeah.
And how do you analyze the 9 presidential candidates so far in terms of their credentials to lead the PF? Do you think the PF can rebrand itself with the names that have been listed so far?
I think, to be honest with you, PF has learned a lesson. PF is one of those political parties that people joined religiously. And PF is one of those political parties up to now that people believe in countrywide. It has got its structures. But I think at some point we all became overexcited, and we did not listen much to what the people were talking about. And the people had no option but to say, look, let's look for an alternative. And by what the people did, a lot of leaders have learned, including myself. And let me take this opportunity to being one of those that was so there for PF, to apologize on behalf of former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu for the things that he might have done to the people of Zambia wrongly, knowingly or unknowingly. You know, and also let me apologize as Maxwell Chongu to the people of Zambia for the things that I might have done knowingly or unknowingly wrong to the citizens. I think maybe we were too excited and we grew big-headed. At some point we stopped listening. But that does not mean that we're bad people. So yeah.
Yeah, we've had also within the PF, structures where there seems to be tension, a lot of tension. Some leaders they're actually attacking each other verbally. That no, you are coming from the MMD, you can't take over the party. Others feel that, I think, regardless of I having been an MMD before, but I do qualify to stand on this position. How would you look at all these issues around? You
go and ask that leader who is telling others that they came from MMD, if he doesn't have a family. And if he has got a family and he's got stepchildren, is he going to say this child is not mine? We all know that person. People come from different areas, but when you form one thing. Today, Honorable Sylvia Marcel was in PF. She's now UPND. Will people say she's not UPND? Honorable Felix Mtati was in PF. He's now UPND. Will people say he's not UPND? So that person who talks like that is not a leader that is worth trusting. That's a confusionist and a problem child. And we all know his history. Even in 2014, 2015, he did the same. And that's the reason why Vasata never even trusted him. And he keep on saying, no, he's Vasata's